All right, hello everyone. This is Mr. C of Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy, and it is time for our first ever piano single instrument lesson, the piano lesson. Okay, for those who are members of the single instrument lesson package, we are going to do our piano lesson. This is day one. Okay, so notice how the title of this particular video is going into day one. Okay, it's always going to be day two, day three, every week on Mondays at this time from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. half an hour lesson. Okay, I'm going to go over it in a sequence. Okay, so some of you coming in might already have some I should say some experience with the piano. Some of you are probably starting fresh, completely fresh for the first time. Basically, I am going to start as if you are starting from the very get-go, from the very beginning. Okay, so and then as we go along, you are going to get a sequential order of things as we progress through every lesson. Okay, but again, for those who are starting for the very first time, I do have to, or for those who have, I should say, for those who have had experience before, I do have to start it for the as if we are starting for the very first time, just so that those people who are brand new to this can be understanding of everything that is going on. Okay, but this every whatever instrument, or basically for this particular instrument, for the piano, we are going to go in a sequential order of things so that everybody can have a good solid foundation of everything. Okay, so today we're going to be focusing on just technique, how to, just beginner technique, how we're supposed to have our fingers on the piano, and just do kind of like a little drill, okay, to work the fingers. That's how that's going to go. Okay, what I'd like everybody to do right now is to just kind of, let's get into the way we're supposed to sit. Everybody sit up nice and straight, shoulders relaxed. I like to do a little bit of stretches, before we start. So everybody roll the shoulders back as I'm doing right now. Let's roll the shoulders forward. Make sure you're breathing as you do this, okay? And by the way, if you have any questions during this video, you can comment on the comment section. I am happy to answer any questions. So the comments are open. The comment section is open. You can ask anything you like, guys, okay? And I could, just stop and answer the questions, maybe wait till sort of before the end of the class to answer those questions, and I will help you out. Now I'm starting to roll my shoulders forward. Okay, roll them forward. Now I'm going to be, again, checking the comment section for anybody who has a particular question. Okay, and this way I can answer it and help you through your journey, through this journey of ours, learning the piano. Everybody rotate the necks in a circle very slowly. By the way, remember these classes are for any level. Doesn't matter whether you're an adult, whether you're a senior, whether you're a child, doesn't matter. These classes are for everybody. Everybody rotate in the other direction. Nice and easy. Okay, great. And everybody shrug and hold your shoulders a bit. Shrug and hold and drop them. Okay, shake out those hands. Take a deep breath. Okay, and let's get right to it, everybody. I'm just, again, double checking my comment section. Again, the comments are open for anybody who has any questions whatsoever. Please do not hesitate to ask any questions you might have while we are taking this class. That's the great thing about it. I may not be able to see you, by the way, to give you any kind of critique. I should say I am not able to see you during our class to give you any type of critique on what you're doing. But here's the thing, learn more through our patreon.com/Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy. Go onto the dashboard and find out information on how also, if you would like one-on-one hands-on type of thing virtually, of course, it'll be virtual. But if you like a one-on-one private lesson, okay, there is information about that for those who are seeking that. But again, this is for a multiple of students, okay, while we do this thing. So again, don't hesitate to ask any questions. So, all right. So I know I speak a lot. I just want to make sure everybody is well aware of what they can do. Now, I am going to give you a bird's eye view of the keyboard, okay? Everybody should be at their pianos right now, at their piano keyboards, what have you. Okay, let's get to it. Everybody, let's watch what we need to do. So I'm going to give you, again, a nice bird's eye view here. Make sure you are sitting up straight at your piano, okay? Make sure you have that going. And I'm just going to give you a nice focus. If I can only get this out of the way, great. Okay. All right. Great. Okay, so we should be sitting up straight with our feet flat on the floor, by the way. Okay, feet flat on the floor and shoulders relaxed. And what you're going to do is we're going to start off by finding middle C, okay? Middle C. So where is middle C? Middle C is going to be our bestest friend in the whole world. Every key here, by the way, every piano key has a letter name, all right? Including the black keys over here, okay? These are what's known as sharps and flats, which we'll get into a lot more later on, okay? But let's focus on our middle C. It's going to be in the middle of your piano keyboard or your piano. You have your two black keys, and then your white key, okay? Your white key is right there, the one before the two black keys, okay? So basically, it's pretty much to the left of your first black key, okay? In the two groupings of two. Notice across the piano we have another two, okay? As you go along, we have two more, okay? Everywhere we go to the left, okay, we got a group of two here, another group of two here, another group of two there, okay? So basically, in fact, just so that we understand, I'm going to use my dry erase here to mark our middle C. There's our middle C, right? If we go all to the rest of our piano keys, okay, I'm going over to the right. Here's another two black keys, okay? Here's C before that. Here's the other two black keys, C. Another two black keys over here, C, all right? As we go towards the left here, all right, we have another C here, two black keys. The white key just before it is our C, that's a lower C, okay? We have our C over here, two black keys, white key just before it, okay? Another two black keys, C, okay? So there are all these different C's, the low versions, middle C here, and the higher versions as well, okay? So all these different C's that you can find. And again, middle C is our bestest friend in the whole world. Everybody, why don't you just play that middle C for me? There you go. That is our middle C, okay? All right, so you can, and by the way, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to play these notes. This is our time, everybody. This is our time to play our notes, okay? Be happy and enjoy playing every note here. That's what we're here to do, okay? So again, this is our middle C, which we are going to utilize whenever we're lost, whenever we can't find, okay, something. When we cannot find the notes here and there, and we're going to be getting into a little bit more sight reading as well, in conjunction with where all the piano keys are. Okay, so in these single instrument lessons, you get to learn a lot. You get to learn a lot, not just playing something by rote, but definitely we're going to be looking at sheet music that I'm going to have for you. Not today, of course, because we're going to get into drilling and technique and things like that. But again, we will have sheet music. We will have learning how to read the music, and then in conjunction of finding those notes from the sheet music to the piano keys and playing songs. That's what we're going to get into, guys, all right? So it's not just the general music classes, which you do have access to, by the way, okay? It's not just the general music classes, where we do basics. We are starting off with basics, but we're going to transcend into the more into more detailed stuff, okay? So, guys, let's get right to it. We're going to here again, here's our middle C, right? Or I should say, here's our middle C. But we're going to actually concentrate on the two black keys over here, okay? Which, FYI, this is your C sharp, also known as D flat, and this is your D sharp, also known as E flat. That's just FYI, okay? For your information. But what we're going to do is now we're going to learn our technique. How do we have our hands on the keys, okay? First of all, I want everybody to put their hands in front like this, okay? All right, and what you're going to see here is we're going to number our fingers, okay? Our thumbs. Everybody, wiggle your thumbs. That is your number one. Your first fingers, your number one fingers. Your index fingers are your number two. I'm really having a hard time keeping them even. I keep doing this, okay? Don't be afraid. I'm not having a stroke or anything, everybody. I'm just, video angles are so weird for me. That's really what it is. They're just very weird for me, and I never, I am not good at coordinating myself when it comes to looking at myself in the video. So if you know, if this unevenness kind of scares you, don't be, please. I promise I'm okay. I really am. But in any event, here's our number 1 fingers. Wiggle those, guys. Our number 2 fingers are our index fingers. Our number 3 fingers are our middle fingers, and our number 4 fingers are our ring fingers. And number 5, of course, is our pinkies, okay? So we have our ones, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, okay? Now, why this is important, why are we numbering our fingers? Because a lot of the sheet music that we get into when we have letter names and things, not only will we have letter names assigned to them, but we'll have numbers. There'll be numbers assigned to those notes when we get into more playing with sheet music. And why? Because they want you, because the composer wants you to use certain fingers to play particular notes, okay? That's how they let the musician, that's you, know what fingers to use when we're playing, okay? So let's get right into it. We're gonna start with our right hand first. We're gonna go where middle C is. Again, it's in the middle of the piano keyboard, okay? And by the way, they call it middle C because it's literally the middle note between all the higher notes and the lower notes, okay? See, middle C is the only one that gets that title of middle, okay? Because again, it's like the equator, basically like the equator on a globe, okay? The latitude line, which is the very half line that separates northern from southern hemisphere. Okay, if you look at it that way, your middle C is like the equator of the piano key notes, okay? Now, you're going to take your hand, you're going to bend them, you're going to bend your fingers, I should say, not your hand, but your fingers. You're going to bend your fingers, keep them firm and bent, okay? That's the idea, kind of like a claw, all right? You're going to make sure your wrists are up and even, okay? And you're going to place gently your fingertips, the tips of your fingers, while they're bent and firm, on the keys that we're going to play. The keys that we are going to play are the 2 black keys where middle C is found. We're actually going to play our our C sharp D flat note with our D sharp E flat note, okay? We don't have to worry about memorizing what those notes are, okay? Again, we're going to play the 2 black keys, I should say, where middle C is, okay? You're going to go with your thumb first, okay? And again, make sure wrists are up and even. They should not be low like this. Your palms should not be resting on any of the keys. They should be up and even, not too high, not too low, but just right, okay? And our firm bent fingers, using our tips, we're only going to use 1 and 2, first and second finger, okay? Thumb and index. So we're going to play them at 1 beat each. It's going to go thumb, index, and off. Okay, just like that. She's just going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and off. Okay, everybody try that with me. Here we go. I'm going to count to 4, and let's do it together. Here we go. 1, 2, and ready. Let's play. And 1, 2, 1, 2, and off. Okay, just like that. Now I don't want you guys to go like this. I know some students, everything that I do which is great because they're paying attention. Okay, but at the same time, I don't want you to do every action. When I go like this, it just means I want you to stop. When you stop, it doesn't mean take your fingers completely off. Okay, don't do that. I want you to stay right here. Okay, stay right there. So when you play, it's actually going to look more like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, and off. Okay, I say off, you stop. Okay, you don't need to take them completely off. You just need to stay right there. Off is just a cutoff. It's just a cue to stop playing. That's really what that is. Okay, so on my count again, we're going to play our 1s and our 2s on our right hand. We're using our right hand for these 2 black keys here. Okay, on my count. 1, 2, and ready, let's play. And 1, 2, 1, 2, and off. Okay, now if you find yourself doing this, 1, 2, if you're using your wrist a lot, don't, okay? Do not use your wrist. You need to keep your wrist up and even and utilize your finger strength only, okay? In other words, the wrists are meant for stability. Your wrist being this way is meant for stability, which means it's supposed to stay in one spot while your fingers are doing the work, okay? Remember that. Fingers do the work. The wrist stays stable and still, okay? Here we go again, one more time, and on my count. 1, 2, and ready, let's play. And 1, 2, 1, 2, and off. Notice, by the way, when I played the 1 and the 2, right? Our first and second finger, what did my other fingers do? They stayed here waiting, right? But I didn't use any of them, okay? Be careful when you're playing this technique-wise. Be careful you're not doing this. 1, 2, and straight. No straight fingers. Don't get into this, and don't get into crazy fingers going flailing about as you're doing that, okay? That shows no control whatsoever. So again, keep them bent, wrist stable, and let your fingers that are playing do the work, while the other fingers here, the other 3, are not doing anything but just kind of waiting. You see what I'm saying? Waiting fingers, not crazy fingers, okay? Let's do that one more time. I know I said one more time last time, but we need to make sure we have every possible issue with technique going here, okay? On my count. 1, 2, ready. First and second, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, and off. Okay? Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to utilize the same 2 keys. Okay? We're going to move our fingers. We're going to move over 1. Okay? And now no longer is our 1s and 2s, our thumb and index on these 2 notes. It is now our index and middle, which is our 2 and 3. Okay? Here's finger 2, here's finger 3. We're going to use finger 2 and 3 to play these 2 notes, okay? Remember, no straight fingers, bent and firm, okay? Bent and firm. By the way, for you little guys who don't know what firm means, it means, it means strong, okay? So, bent and firm, we're going to use 2 and 3, and it's going to go like this. You're going to go 2, 3, 2, 3, and off. Everybody, let's do that together, keeping the wrist, again, nice and stable, fingers bent and firm, and on my count. Here we go. 1, 2, and ready, let's play it. And 2, 3, 2, 3, and off. Okay, by the way, let me just double check. Any comments? Okay, again, if you have any comments, any questions whatsoever during our lesson, you are more than welcome to ask, everybody. Okay? All right. Just checking to make sure anybody has a comment. You can ask anytime, guys. Even after, right? Even after the lesson, you can do that. Okay? During or after, doesn't matter. Okay, so that was our 2, 3. Now, let's go back. Let's go back, everybody. Let's go back to our 1s and 2s, because we're gonna play 1 and 2, and then move over and play 2 and 3 without stopping until we get to the end of that, okay? We're not going to stop in between. So watch me first. It's going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, then 2, 3, 2, 3, and off. You see how I did that? I just went from 1s and 2s to 2 and 3, okay? Make sure you are counting. You are saying those fingers as you are counting and playing, okay? Everybody, let's do that together. Here we go. Starting on 1s and 2s again with your right hand and on my count. 1, 2, and ready. Let's play. And 1, 2, 1, 2. Move over. 2, 3, 2, 3, and off. Okay, everybody got that? Okay, great. Now, this is what we're going to do. Same thing, same 2 notes, but we're going to move over another notch, and now we're using 3 and 4. 3s and 4, okay? Our 3s and 4s in the right hand. Let's play it together. The other fingers do nothing. The only ones working here are 3 and 4, okay? Here we go. Watch me first. 3, 4, 3, 4, and off. Okay, now let's do that together, everybody. 3 and 4, middle and ring finger. On my count. 1, 2, ready, let's play. And 3, 4, 3, 4, and off. Okay? Now, after that, everybody, we're going to move over again. This time, our 4 and our 5, ring finger and pinky, okay? This is going to be a little bit more challenging, especially for your new guys, okay? Because, you know, these are a little harder. The 4 and 5s are a little harder to coordinate, okay? But definitely can be done with much repetition and practice, okay? So, watch me first. It's going to go 4, 5, 4, 5, okay? See when I'm playing my 4 and 5s, my fingers start to move a little bit, okay, a little bit, but not too much. You're going to find yourselves probably doing this, 4, 5, okay, and that's because, you know, this is very awkward. This action is very awkward. It's not the easiest to do, everybody, but it still can be done. I want you guys to focus and try not to let your other fingers flail about. Do try not to have your fingers straight. These are a big no-no. You want to make sure they are bent and firm, okay, at all times. Even the ones you're not using, still bent and firm with your wrist up, okay? If you start to go down like this and your fingers start to straighten out and your wrist starts to lower, fix it. Fix it right away. By the way, students make a very big mistake when they start to fade in their technique. They take their other hand and they do this. Do not do that. Please, please, please do not do that, okay? I really warn against that. And the reason why, okay, it may seem like a little thing, but it's a big thing. Remember something. Our minds, our brains control our bodies, okay? Whatever we want our bodies to do, or that includes our smallest of appendages, whatever we want our bodies to do, our brains will tell and send messages through the nerve endings to get that going, okay? To do whatever it is we want it to do. So what sense does it make for you to take your other hand and do this? No, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever when you can what? Do it yourself. You see what I'm saying? Make the hand do it itself. That's the idea. Remember, brain controls the body, not the other way around, okay? So when you find yourself saying, oh, I can't do it, Mr. C, I can't. No, that's not true. Your brain is the one that controls the body. Without the brain, the body can't live. Simple as that, everybody. Okay? So make sure you are using your brain, using your minds to what? Fix your technique yourself, not using your other appendages to do that. That makes absolutely no sense, everybody. Okay? So here we go. 4s and 5s on my count. Ring finger, pinky, same 2 black keys. Here we go. 1, 2, and ready. Let's play. And 4, 5, 4, 5, and off. Okay? Now, let's backtrack. I'm just going to shake out my arm because, you know, here's the thing. When you guys are at your keyboard, you won't have to worry about any strain unless your posture is off. Remember, your posture has to be straight, back straight, shoulders relaxed. Okay? Make sure you have that, okay? But for me, like right now, I have this camera in front of me, and my posture is kind of off because the camera is right in front of me where normally it wouldn't be, okay? But that's just me. So I'm just kind of shaking out my shoulder here. Woo, okay? Yeah, but guys, I'll sacrifice my posture for you. I'll absolutely do that. I will, okay, for you guys, definitely sacrifice my posture so long as you guys are doing yours, okay? All right, let's go back to our 1s and 2s. Here we go. Bent fingers and firm, wrists up and even. Here we go. On my count, we're going to go from 1s and 2s. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then 2, 3, 2, 3. Then 3, 4, 3, 4. Then 4, 5, 4, 5. And then off. We're going to do that all without stopping until we get to 4, 5, 4, 5. We do it twice each, right? And then done. Okay? So let's do it together, starting with our 1s and 2s. Here we go. On my count. 1, 2, and ready. Let's play it. And 1, 2, 1, 2. Move over. 2, 3, 2, 3. Move over. 3, 4, 3, 4. Last time. Move over. 4, 5, 4, 5, and off. Okay? So That was our right hand, okay? When you practice this, practice it 10 times a day, 10 times a day to get your dexterity going, your movement going, okay? That's what this drill is all about, is to get really used to playing those notes, okay? Playing those keys with your fingers with reinforcing the technique, okay? That's very, very important, okay? Now, we're going to go over to our left hand, okay? Our left hand is going to do the same thing. We're going to go to the next two black keys over here. All right. Here's the lower. You can play the lower C, everybody. Let's do that. Okay. There's our lower C. Okay. And you're going to utilize these two black keys, starting with our ones and twos again. Okay. But here's the difference. Notice how these two black keys, basically, they are the same notes, by the way, for your information. These are the same kind of notes. They get the same letter names. The difference is this is higher than these, okay? So you're actually, okay? But in this, okay, you see how they're the higher and lower versions of themselves, right? But the difference is that now you're going to play your first finger here, and you're going to be playing this note first. Okay, whereas over here, this note was first. Okay, so it was in other words, it was going from the lower note to the higher note, whereas here you're going from the higher note to the lower note. You're descending as opposed to ascending over here. Okay, so with our left hand, we are going to play our ones and twos. You're going to go ones first. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then off. You all see that? Make sure your wrist is up and even. Same thing with our left hand, and our fingers are bent yet firm. Okay. Now, let me just warn you. Your left hand is going to be, especially if you're a righty, if you are a righty by nature, okay, then your left hand is going to be a bit more challenging. I know it was for me when I was taking piano lessons for the first time, okay. It's going to be a bit more challenging, but the same rules apply. Your technique has to be intact. Wrist up and even, fingers bent and firm. And the more you do it repetitiously, the better you're going to get, to the point that, so that you understand that when you might still be a righty, you might even be a lefty, okay? But whenever it comes to piano, you are what they call ambidextrous. As a pianist, you have to be ambidextrous, which means, in case you guys don't know what that means, ambidextrous simply means that you are good in both hands. Good in both hands. You're the best in both hands when it comes to piano playing, okay? So let's get right to it, everybody. Here we go. We have our ones and twos. Okay, I'm just checking the time, actually, and I'm checking. Okay, no comments in the comment sections as of yet. That's okay. All right. But again, you have the ability to comment if you have any questions during the lesson or even after the lesson, everybody. Okay, here we go. It's 10:28. Let's get right to it. So we have our ones and twos. On my count, you're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then off. On my count, let's do it together, everybody. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, let's play. And 1, 2, 1, 2, and off. Okay? Now everybody move over. We're doing the same thing as we did here. We went from ones and twos to twos and threes. Here we're going to do the same thing. We're on twos and threes in our left hand. And it's going to go, me first. 2, 3, 2, 3, and off. Okay? Let's do it together on my count. Here we go. 1, 2, and ready. Let's play. And 2, 3, 2, 3, and off. Okay? After that, you're going to move over now, move over a smidge again, and we're using our threes and our fours, middle and ring finger. Here we go. Me first. It's going to go 3, 4, 3, 4, and off. Everybody do that with me. Here we go on my count. 1, 2, ready. Let's play. And 3, 4, 3, 4, and off. Okay. And now let's move over another smidge. Let's move over a bit. And we have our fours and our fives. Ring finger and pinky. Here we go. Me first. It's going to go 4, 5, 4, 5. okay? Remember, maintaining our wrist up and even. Again, this is getting more challenging, I can tell, because a lot of you guys are resorting to probably straightening out those fingers. Please watch it and bend them again. Keep the wrist up. Do not let it lower. If you feel it lower, pick it up, okay? And again, not with your other hand. Do not do that. That's a big. If I had a circle with a line running through it, I'd flash it right now. Don't do this, okay? Don't do that, because it's going to hurt you in the end, okay? And not in a painful way, but just in a, oh, I can't do anything without me using my. No. You have your brains control your body. If you want it to go like this, it will. If you want it to go like that, it will. It's a matter of what you need to do. But again, the technique has to maintain this way so that you can maintain control in every note the way you want to play it, the way you need to play it. Okay? All right, guys, let's do it. 4 and 5 on my count. 1, 2, and ready. Let's play. And 4, 5, 4, 5, and off. Okay? Let's start from the beginning of our left hand drill. Start taking it from our 1s and 2s starting off, and we're going to go 1s and 2s twice, 3s and 2s and 3s twice, 3s and 4 twice, and 4s and 5s twice, okay? 2 times each on my count. Get ready, guys. Here we go. 1, 2, and ready without stopping. Go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Move over. 2, 3, 2, 3, move over, 3, 4, 3, 4. Last time, move over, 4, 5, 4, 5, and off. Okay, everybody got that? If you didn't get it right the first time, if you're still having trouble technique-wise, remember these videos are still going to be up. It's going to be up for you Patreon members who signed up for the $20 a month single instrument lesson for piano specifically. They will be there. It'll be there for you to repeat practice over and over again. Okay, so review the video, and do each hand as we did. This is going to be your assignment, by the way. Do 10 times. Let me say that again. Each hand 10 times, okay? 10 times a day. I should say 10 times a day. That is what's going to get you good and solid on this particular exercise. And again, this is all to get your fingers used to playing the pianos, to increase dexterity and strength and flexibility and all that. It's going to be good for you. So make sure you practice this drill, each hand 10 times on the right, 10 times on the left, moving from one to the other, okay? That's what you're going to do, all right? That is your assignment, okay? And make sure you practice this, okay? If you have any comments and questions, please let me know. I'm going to move the camera over to so you guys can see me, okay? So again, if you have any comments right now, I'm checking right now. I don't see any comments, okay, as of yet. All right, you can always ask questions later through our Patreon dashboard. You can always ask questions later, and I will get to those questions later and ask them. But your assignment is to simply practice that drill 10 times a day, okay? Every day. Do not do more, do not do less, okay, guys? Don't do too much. You don't want to do that and overstress yourself where, oh, I'm not getting it right, and you practice for hours on end. No, I don't want that, because what happens is you don't want to lose your motivation for playing, okay? And that goes with everything that we do, okay? 10 times a day, that is your regimen, okay? Because the progress will come. You will soon develop muscle motor memory, where your fingers get used to it, where once you place them on, you just know where to go. You don't even have to look at the keys in order to do it. You start to develop muscle motor memory as you go along, okay? So make sure 10 times a day, each hand, okay? Next week we'll try to tackle, we'll do both hands at the same time, okay? So that is going to be, but that is your assignment, 10 times each hand per day, no more, no less. All right, that is my recommendation. And guys, that is our class. Give yourselves a nice round of applause. Great job, everybody. Until next week, I will see you guys at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. to 10:30 every Monday for piano. Tomorrow is for those people who are taking guitar. That's 10 a.m. to 10:30. Tomorrow is guitar, okay? All right, everyone, have a good one. And as always, I wish you happy practicing. Everyone, take care. Bye-bye.